Hi guys, I'm Shmi. It's a very early morning here at Heathrow's Terminal 5, about to board the BA flight over to Munich for the start of a pretty special adventure. I'm getting picked up in Munich and we're heading over to Ingolstadt, the home of Audi, where we're going to be jumping on board the 550 horsepower R8 V10 Plus. Looking forward to that. Obviously I used to own an R8 Spyder with the R-tronic. The new one with the S-tronic should be quite an experience. We're going to be driving that then over to Stuttgart, where we're joining up with some seriously special cars. I cannot wait for this. We're then going to be driving down with a group on a tour towards Lake Garda in Italy, through the Alps over 3 days. Epic weekend before we come back to Munich to meet up with BMW and go and test the i8. So this is going to be a pretty fun trip. For now, on the plane and on the way over to Germany. Here we are then at the Audi Forum in Ingolstadt. We've picked up the key, and I think it's for this one. Yes, we got the right one. I love the way the new lights do that swipey thing. Lock it. Unlock. Very cool. And very nice of Audi to find a Sepang Blue R8 V10 Plus. Anyway, a little bit more about the car in a moment. We'll just take it out of the garage and up to the Audi Forum. We're out at the Audi Forum, the dealership and museum here at the home of Audi. The factory is nearby in Ingolstadt, but this is the car we're going to be using for this tour, the R8 V10 Plus. Power is boosted 25 horsepower up to 550 horsepower over the earlier models. Big difference though is the new gearbox. It's got the S-tronic double clutch system as opposed to the R-tronic semi-automated single clutch from before. But with the gearbox and the power increase, you get 0 to 62 cut down to 3.5 seconds, a top speed of 198 miles an hour, and a couple of sort of cosmetic differences over the previous model. So you've got the grey finish akin to the R8 GT before, the round exhaust tips, the new wheels. So it's going to be an interesting comparison driving this compared to, of course, my old car. On the inside, very similar. We've got the sports seat set up. New paddle shifters on the steering wheel, I immediately notice. But very nice. Looking forward to this. We're going down through the mountains, so it's pretty much one of the best cars for the purpose. But more on the car to follow. For now, we're going to go out and hit the Autobahn. Well, maybe find some lunch first, and head on over towards Stuttgart, where we're going today. We're now on the way out of Ingolstadt while driving through the centre of the city, and it's quite nice being back in an R8. The thing I love the most, that I do sort of miss with the McLaren, the instant downshifts, especially with this gearbox. Naturally aspirated engines, the way it downshifts, you just sort of get that instant up in the rev range, epic noise, which a twin turbo would never manage. So I don't get that with the McLaren, but it is nice being back, feeling that. It's kind of like the new Hurricane. It's obviously the same, or shared. A lot is shared, and I can only imagine the new R8 is going to be absolutely fantastic when that arrives, but just downshifts for days. First little bit of the drive done, enjoyed the country roads. We're just coming up to the Autobahn now though. It's looking pretty busy, but it'll be fun to stretch the legs of the R8 a little bit, see what we can do. I'm absolutely mind blown by these gear shifts. It's just like the Hurricane. They are so good and so fast. But it's all the touches. They've just kind of refined the car a little bit more. The gear paddles are very nice too. The ride on this car is super stiff. In the UK this wouldn't be particularly fun. You really do feel quite how solid it is, and that comes up through the seats as well. I mean, the suspension in the Plus is stiffer. This car has ceramic brakes. Those are absolutely brilliant. We haven't had to brake particularly hard, but it's a nice feel to it. And now we're just going to cruise on the Autobahn and see if we get an opportunity to stretch the legs a little bit. Unfortunately, sunshine turned to rain and a whole lot of construction on the motorway, roadworks and everything, so it's been 80 kilometers an hour for a lot of it, and then not moving very quickly for a lot of the rest of it, and then when we have been moving, it hasn't been very nice weather. So today we haven't been able to enjoy the R8 on the Autobahn, but it is nice kind of reminding myself what the car's all about, how well the all-wheel drive helps pull you through and how fun it is. So I'm looking forward a lot to some of the passes we're going to be getting to in the Alps. We went stopped by our hotel. The other guys weren't here yet, so we've popped over back to the Meilenwerk Motor World, sorry, I should say the new name, here in Böblingen, outside Stuttgart, where I've been quite a few times. Held a meeting here the last time I was here, actually. We're just going to go and have a look inside and see what's around. Mark drove the car over, my co-driver Mark, who's with me on many of my trips. He's back here for this one. But looking forward to some good miles with this car. Good start, even though it was only a few hours from Ingolstadt to here, but let's head on in, see what it's about. Up at this end, we've got some pretty cool cars already. Highlight, I think, here is that Ferrari F40. It's a funny number plate there on the SLS, SME, almost like Shmee. Weissman 300 SL. Very cool, let's head to the next bit. There's always a pretty good set of cars in here. You can see, liking that yellow Bentley, that's very cool. In the windows here though, Enzo. Livery a bit like an FXX, it's cool. There's a carbon bonnet and a wing on that SLS Roadster, which is kind of interesting. There's another F40 up there. I can't really see it under a cover anyway, but plenty of cool bits and bobs in the windows here. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see. And then over here we've also got an Aventador, a Murcielago SV under the cover at the back, and a Murcielago LP650-4 just here, which is a limited edition, and a whole line of Diablos as well. There are two Diablos over there, there's another Diablo just there, and I can tell you there are lots of Lambos, Gallardos in the Lamborghini part there. Well, there's a Wraith behind the stairs as well, and then the McLaren dealers just down this end too, where there were two P1s seen the other day, but unfortunately for me they've already gone, so I'm not able to see them here. However, things will get better when we get back to the hotel, find the other guys and see the cars. Here we go then for this drive. These two very special cars are going to be joining us. We have got the Porsche 918 Spyder, 897 brake horsepower, and the McLaren P1, just a touch over 900 brake horsepower. Hypercar heavyweights, two of the big three. We're missing a LaFerrari, but there will be some other interesting cars as well joining tomorrow with these two here. Absolutely awesome. Trust me, this is going to be amazing going with these two. We're starting here in Germany, heading down through the Alps towards Italy. Wow. Let's hope we can keep up in the R8, hey? V10 Plus. No problem. We've had dinner here at the hotel, but we need a good night's rest now because tomorrow morning we are setting off early. It's a 5:45 AM start from here in Stuttgart, where we're heading over to Munich to join up with a larger tour, where we'll then drive through the Alps, some fantastic roads and passes towards Lake Garda in Italy, and there are going to be some more cool cars joining, so I cannot wait for that. Day one though with the R8 Plus has been brilliant. Very nice to get back inside one and get the feel for it again. But just a shame really we couldn't stretch the legs a bit more with all the traffic and the roadworks on the way over. But I think tomorrow with these two is going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to showing you a bit more about the cars as well when I get the opportunity. But pretty special, pretty special. Anyway, time for me to go and get some rest, get ready for tomorrow. It's going to be a very long day. This is an R8 V10 Plus, the flagship when they launched the new sort of. Here we are in the Porsche 918. Key in, turn it on. You're immediately in E mode.